Discounts might win deals, but they often damage your brand. In this video, I'll show you how value framing closes more deals than price cards ever can. You will even hear how one MSME reframed value and won big. Namaste, I am Abanibhusan Bera, AI-driven MSME growth strategist and sales excellence coach. I am leading India's MSME AI-driven growth revolution to help MSMEs double their revenue in 3 years using AI tools, structured systems, and Vedantic clarity. This video is part of a special series I created to share real-world lessons, timeless insights, and powerful shifts for your business. Let's dive in. Now, the discounting trap, why it feels logical but isn't. Let me delve onto this part. Let's start by acknowledging something. Discounting feels like a quick win. The client says, we will go for your solution as we like your solution, but the price is too high. And the entrepreneur thinks, if I drop 10%, maybe they will close faster. It's better to take something than lose the deal. But what happens when you start training your market that your price is negotiable? Your experience, lower profit margins, less respect from the buyer, more revisions and scope creep, less follow through after payment, and ultimately you become seen as just another vendor. When you discount, you don't just lower your price, you lower your perceived power. And here is the paradox. The clients who demand discounts the most often give you the most trouble later. Discounting is a form of defensive sales, but MSMEs need to practice positioning-based selling. Now, let me delve into the next part, the hidden costs of discounting. Here are the 5 real costs of discounting, many of which you won't see on your balance sheet, but will deeply impact your business. First in the list is, it erodes your brand equity. When you lower your price, the client assumes, first, you were overcharging in the first place. Second, you are desperate for work. And third, I can ask for more later. This weakens your authority and trust, even if they still close the deal. Second in the list is, it confuses your positioning. Are you a premium partner or a budget vendor? When you discount, you blur that line. The very client you are trying to win may never respect or refer you because your messaging doesn't match your pricing behavior. Third in the list is, it reduces scope without saying so. Discounting often happens without adjusting deliverables. You still deliver the same quality, time, and support just for less, which means you are essentially saying, I will work more or less and absorb the risk. It's not sustainable. Fourth in the list is, it destroys negotiation leverage. Once the client knows you will drop the price, they will ask again. Even if you give in once, it becomes a pattern. And the final one, the fifth in the list, is it affects your energy and team morale. You may say yes on the call, but deep down you feel undervalued. This affects how you show up. Your team senses it, and the project often becomes stressful, not fulfilling. Now, in the next part, let me walk you through a use case that illustrates this beautifully. Imagine an MSME in the industrial safety training space. They provide high-quality, customized on-site training for large manufacturing units. One day, they pitch to a procurement head at a major plant. The client says, we like your modules, but there's another vendor offering something similar at 25,000 rupees less. Can you match that? Most people would panic. But this founder was trained in value framing. So Instead of dropping price, he said, "May I ask, what's the cost of one avoidable safety incident on your floor?" The client said, "At least 3 to 5 lakhs in stoppage and compliance issues." Then he said, "In our post-training review process, we have helped clients reduce minor incidents by over 30% within 90 days. We also include a 1-hour follow-up after 45 days, which most vendors don't." He did not drop his price. He raised the conversation. Now, what's the result? He won the deal, the price stayed intact, the buyer respected the positioning. You don't beat low-cost competitors by being cheaper. You beat them by being clearer. So, now the question is, how to shift from price talk to value talk? Here are 5 ways you can build a pricing narrative that sells without slashing. First, frame ROI early in the conversation. Don't wait for objections. Lead with, "Here is the result our clients achieve. Here is the risk we eliminate. Here is the long-term saving this creates." Second, use anchoring language. When you say, "Our service starts at 2 lakhs, you sound fun. When you say, "It usually costs 2.5 lakhs, but for you, we can adjust," you sound uncertain. Confidence builds trust. Number 3, break the price into value layers. Instead of quoting a lump sum, say 80,000 for custom strategy, 50,000 for execution support, 40,000 for post-implementation review, 30,000 AI integrated dashboard. Now the total looks like a value stack, not a random fee. Fourth, offer an add-on instead of a discount. If the client really pushes, offer something extra, a bonus strategy call, a checklist PDF, a custom report, and the list may go on and on based on your business. So preserve your price but increase perceived value. Fifth, train your team in value communication. Most salespeople drop price out of nervousness, but build internal scripts. Why our price is fair? What makes our process different? How to handle your competitor is cheaper without sounding defensive. Train them to say, "We are not the cheapest. We are chosen by clients who value precision, safety, and partnership." That's powerful. Now, the next part I want to deal on my final reflections. That is, price is a mirror, not a number. Let me close with a deeper insight. Your price is not just a number, it's a mirror of how you see your offer and yourself. If you believe your solution creates real change, if you have built systems, processes, and credibility, if you care deeply about client success, then lowering your price is like underselling your dharma. That doesn't mean you can't offer flexibility or adapt, but never negotiate your worth to avoid discomfort. Because the real clients you want, they are not looking for the cheapest. They are looking for the most reliable, aligned, and confident partner. Let your pricing reflect your clarity, not your fear. Let's quickly recap. First, discounting feels logical but usually weakens your brand. Second, it creates hidden costs in positioning, profit, and respect. Third, you can shift from price talk to value talk by framing ROI, stacking benefits, and anchoring with confidence. And fifth, clients don't just pay for deliverables, they pay for energy, clarity, and trust. If this video sparked a shift in how you think, take the next step. I am hosting a free masterclass on how MSMEs can 2x revenue using AI and systems. Click the link bit.ly/MSMEAI webinar, hit like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.